Hello, this is Dottie Craw, sixth grade teacher at Summit Academy. Thank you for taking time to learn about the International Baccalaureate program here at Summit Academy. Summit Academy is a choice school within the Mesa Public School District. We offer the IB Primary Years Program, or PYP, to all students enrolled. I'll start this presentation by briefly discussing the different programs within IB, then focus in on the PYP, which is the program your child will be experiencing this school year. There are three different programs within IB for different age students. Summit Academy offers both the Primary Years Program and the Middle Years Program. The Primary Years Program, or PYP, is offered to all students on the K-6 campus, regardless of learning needs, while the Middle Years Program, or MYP, is offered on the 7-8 campus to students accepted into the program. If students wish to continue their IB education beyond middle school and are accepted into the program, they can continue with the MYP at Westwood High School in grades 9 and 10, then begin the diploma program in grades 11 and 12. The IB Diploma Program is an academically challenging program that prepares students for success at university and life beyond. A vast majority of students in this program receive a scholarship to assist with funding college. In fact, last year's class of 60 graduates pulled in over $12 million in combined scholarship offers. Pretty impressive. So what exactly is the PYP all about? PYP is the official curriculum framework and teaching methodology of the International Baccalaureate Organization, which was developed to meet the needs of children aged 5 to 12. An IB PYP school strives to develop an internationally minded person. It focuses on the development of the whole child as an inquirer, both in the classroom and in the world outside. At the heart of the program's philosophy is a commitment to structured, purposeful inquiry as the leading vehicle for learning. So just how does a PYP classroom differ from a traditional classroom? This chart helps explain just that. An IB classroom differs greatly in both appearance and function when compared to what we remember from our own school days. Students are not sitting in rows, but in cooperative groups. Although individual learning has a place within IB, collaborative learning is emphasized whenever possible because collaboration is a 21st century skill needed in the workplace. In a traditional classroom, the teacher spends most of the day in front of the class imparting knowledge to students because the teacher is considered the expert in the classroom. Therefore, students in a traditional classroom become passive receptors of knowledge. An IB classroom differs because students gain knowledge through inquiry. IB teachers are more facilitators of learning who develop learning experiences that guide students toward knowledge. Students in an IB classroom are active participants in acquiring their own knowledge. I'm sure we can all remember textbooks and worksheets used in our own classrooms. With IB, textbooks are used, although not in a traditional manner. Teachers here do not follow the textbook page by page. In our classrooms, textbooks are one of many resources used to support students' understanding of a subject area or concept. In addition, technology plays a major role in the learning process here at Summit by providing another engaging means to growth. A final difference lies in the fact that IB emphasizes learning concepts rather than topics. For example, with IB, it's not enough to learn about specific events such as the Oregon Trail or the Trail of Tears. Our philosophy is that it's more important to explore the concepts of migration or oppression and its implications on humanity across history and today. Information and facts will always be readily available to those who need them, but learning how to learn is a skill that requires nourishment. So at Summit Academy, we teach students how to learn. Another focus of IB philosophy is to teach the whole child, so we have a variety of educational classes here at Summit Academy. First, all students attend Spanish, music, media, and PE classes each week for differing amounts of time dependent on grade level. Once students reach fourth grade, band and orchestra classes are added. All fourth and fifth graders must join either band or orchestra. This is in addition to their music class. By sixth grade, students choose either band, orchestra, or general music, where the classes are held twice a week for 45 minutes. All fourth through sixth grade students are also offered an art class every other week. Two major elements of the IB are international mindedness and the learner profile. Each of these elements transmits a core set of values that are the basis for character development. International mindedness is not learning about other cultures and languages. Rather, it's a way of thinking that allows people to understand and work with each other in a more humane way without prejudice. It fosters the growth of traits critical to working in a global community, such as empathy, stewardship, and genuine expressions of compassion for others. Students learn how to work together to resolve and solve important issues in our community and beyond, regardless of our cultural backgrounds and ways of life. The learner profile traits support the growth of international mindedness and are actively cultivated in the curriculum and in the classroom. Let's take a deeper look into the learner profile. The philosophy of the PYP is expressed in a series of desired attitudes and traits that characterize students with an international perspective. Taken together, they create a profile of PYP students known as the IB Learner Profile. The attributes of the learner profile are deliberately taught throughout the year within each unit of inquiry and are reinforced in practice through all subject areas. The learner profile consists of 10 traits. Our students are inquirers, thinkers, communicators, and risk takers. They are caring, principled, knowledgeable, open-minded, balanced, and reflective. Each of these traits is discussed in more detail on the student handout available on the class website. Here at Summit Academy, our quarterly awards assembly revolves around these 10 traits. In addition, they are part of an IB progress report that will be provided to you at the end of each unit of inquiry. The attitudes are the daily expressions of the learner profile and are used by teachers in their teaching and by students in their learning. The 12 attitudes include appreciation, commitment, confidence, cooperation, creativity, curiosity, empathy, enthusiasm, independence, integrity, respect, and tolerance. Each of these attitudes is discussed in more detail on the handout posted on our class website. The most significant and distinctive feature of the IB Primary Years program are the 6 transdisciplinary themes. Transdisciplinary is the word that IB uses to describe a concept that applies across all disciplines like science, language arts, social studies, Spanish, music, PE, technology, and art. Mathematics is a standalone subject here at Summit Academy because of state standards and district pacing guides, but teachers tie math into each theme whenever possible. So a transdisciplinary theme ties all subjects together. Teachers and students are guided by these themes as they design units of inquiry for exploration and study. This process helps students develop an understanding of important concepts, acquire essential skills and knowledge, develop particular attitudes, and learn to take social responsible actions. The 6 themes within the PYP are who we are, how we express ourselves, where we are in place and time, how the world works, how we organize ourselves, and sharing the planet. Let's take a look at an example of one of the 6 transdisciplinary themes in more detail. One of the 6 themes is titled Sharing the Planet. The important ideas within this theme are listed in the box at the top. As you can see, this thematic unit is taught in kindergarten through 6th grade, and so are the other 5 themes. Each grade level focuses on a different aspect of the theme. For example, 5th grade central idea is recognition of human rights by society can affect access to equal opportunities. This inquiry focuses on the important idea of access to equal opportunities. 1st grade central idea is Earth has what we need. This inquiry focuses on the important idea of sharing finite resources with other people. Let's take a look into how 6th graders study the 6 different themes. We start the school year with our How We Organize Ourselves unit. This unit is an inquiry into the interconnectedness of human-made systems and communities. Our central idea is humans create systems of organization in order to function. Inquiry activities focus on comparing the organizational structures of ancient societies. Then students compare those societies to our modern society. Students read the novel The Giver about a society organized around the concept of sameness. Then students become part of a literature circle group and read another novel about fictional societies. With their newly acquired knowledge of how different societies are organized, students create their own fictional utopian society. As a culminating activity, students write an informative essay explaining how their utopian society is organized. Our next unit is Where We Are in Place and Time. This is an inquiry into the discoveries and explorations of humankind. Our central idea is living things demonstrate an ability to adapt to their environment through discoveries and explorations. This unit focuses on adaptations. Inquiry activities focus on comparing different types of adaptations, including both behavioral and structural. This unit places a special emphasis on oceanography. Students read the novel The Cay about a young boy named Philip who must adapt in order to survive on an uninhabited island as he awaits rescue. Then students become part of a literature circle group and read another novel where the main character must adapt to an environment or situation in order to survive. In this unit, students also participate in STEM, which stands for Space Integration Module, and this provides an environment where students must adapt to become problem solvers, innovators, makers, inventors, and engineers, applying knowledge to complete a mission to explore space and return to Earth. This unit finally culminates in a task where students take on the role of a scientist to determine the adaptations an animal may have made over a period of 1,000 years in a given environment. Students write an informative essay that explains the different adaptations the animal made over time. Then they develop a creative rendering of the animal to visually explain the adaptations. Our next unit is titled How We Express Ourselves. This is an inquiry into culture, beliefs, and values. Our central idea is people express beliefs and values through culture. Inquiry activities focus on determining different aspects of culture, including religion, traditions, food, clothing, etc. Students study world geography and religions to familiarize themselves with current countries, their cultures, and their people. Students read the novel The Refugee. This novel teaches about different cultures during historical time periods through the eyes of a child refugee. For example, Joseph is escaping Nazi Germany in the 1930s, Isabel is escaping Cuba in 1994, and Mahmoud is escaping Syria in 2015. After that novel, students become part of a literature circle group and read another novel where the main character's culture is a large part of the book. This all leads students to researching a country of their choice in depth to create an informative brochure about their country's geography and culture. Within this unit, students also write a creative story set in the country they researched. The unit culminates in an international festival where students' work is displayed, a cultural food dish is shared, and the community is invited to attend. At the beginning of the second semester, we'll start our How the World Works unit. This is an inquiry into the impact of technological advances on the environment. Our central idea is energy may be used more efficiently to benefit society. Inquiry activities focus on renewable and non-renewable forms of energy to determine the advantages and disadvantages of each type. Students read the novel The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, which is about the real-life inspirational story of William Kankwamba, a 13-year-old boy from Malawi, Africa, who built a windmill from scraps in the junkyard of his village to power a water pump that helps to irrigate his family's fields. After students learn about different energy sources, they take part in a role-play activity where they research and present findings on one source of alternative energy. Groups create a presentation of their findings, then each student writes an individual argumentative essay on which type of alternative energy they believe is best for the environment. The next unit is our Who We Are unit, and this is an inquiry into personal, physical, mental, social, and spiritual health. Our central idea is people make a difference by using their strengths to affect the world. Inquiry activities revolve around students determining their personal strengths to determine how they can use them to make an impact in the world. Students read the novel Freak the Mighty about two boys who form a friendship because neither of them fit in. Max, for example, towers over all the other kids his age, and Kevin, a boy known as Freak, is tiny but incredibly intelligent. Their friendship helps students understand the different dimensions of being who we are, human beings. In addition, students read biographies of positive figures and true stories of inspiration. After discovering their personal strengths, students write an autobiography that explains their strengths and how they plan to use those strengths in the future to affect the world. At Summit Academy, the culminating PYP experience for students takes place during their sixth grade year during their exhibition unit of inquiry, which is our Sharing the Planet theme. During the exhibition unit, students select issues with global and local relevance and work in collaboration with classmates, teachers, parents, and members of the community to research their topic, synthesize their findings, present their new knowledge to our community, and take meaningful action. The goal of the exhibition process is for each student to engage in an in-depth collaborative inquiry and action project that demonstrates his or her awareness of local and/or global issues. During the exhibition process, sixth grade students developed independence and learned to take responsibility for their own learning. Exhibition projects provide students an authentic means for putting all of the PYP pieces together and to determine for others what it means to be a PYP student. This unit's primary focus is how action leads to change. Students choose an issue that needs to be addressed in our society. They research their topic intensively and choose 3 lines of inquiry to guide their investigation. Through their research, they develop an action plan that includes 8 to 10 hours of volunteer work that leads to improving the status of their chosen issue. After completing their action, students reflect and report to their class and community about the results of their action plan. On the slide, you see former sixth grade students and their exhibition projects. Achieve 3000 is a computer-based reading program that reaches every student at his or her own level. With this program, your child will receive reading materials that are not too easy nor too difficult, but are at just the right level to help increase his or her literacy skills and to prepare for college and career. Research has shown that students best develop their reading skills when they work with text that is matched to their independent reading level. With Achieve 3000, all students in the class read the same lesson, but at the difficulty level is precisely matched to each individual student's reading level. At Summit, this program is one way we provide reading intervention and enrichment to all students. You should have received a letter informing you of your child's beginning reading Lexile. The chart may be a little difficult to read, so I want to spend a little bit of time explaining the sixth grade numbers. The typical Lexile range for students in sixth grade ranges between 665 and 1000. This range means that 25% of sixth graders have a Lexile below 665, while 25% of sixth graders have a Lexile above 1000. So half of all sixth graders fall somewhere within that range. For a student to be considered college and career ready in sixth grade, their Lexile should be 935 or higher. Academic grades in sixth grade are weighted. Homework quizzes make up 5% of their overall grade, assignments 10%, projects 20%, content quizzes 25%, and tests 40% of their overall grade. You should be able to view your child's grades whenever you wish to on your parent portal. If you don't have a parent portal login, contact the office and they can help you. Homework is important as an aid in helping students make the most of their learning and growth. It is designed to reinforce skills learned, to extend concepts, to teach responsibility, and to develop positive study habits that will prepare them for junior high. Homework in sixth grade is assigned each day, including Friday. All assignments should be written in your child's agenda, and I also post them on our class website with links to some of them. So how much homework should you expect your child to have? Well, they should have a nightly math assignment every night. They may have to finish reading from their novel study or complete a project or report that was started in class, and they may have unfinished classwork to complete at home. Finally, if your child falls below the class average on our daily math facts time test, they will have math facts homework that evening as well. All late or incomplete homework will be completed during your child's lunch recess. If your child has a considerable amount of missing work, they may also miss a special class like PE or art. You should be getting a weekly progress report that outlines both classroom behaviors and academic performance. Please spend some time going over the academic progress report to encourage your child to retake assessments to improve their score. Students may retake any test that was not a homework quiz or an open book, open notes test in the first place. In addition, you should be receiving a weekly newsletter via email from me, keeping you up to date on what's happening in the classroom. The newsletter is meant to be informational and a way to start a conversation with your child about what they are learning in school. Finally, parent-teacher conferences are held during the month of October. Scheduling forms will be sent home a few weeks before the end of the quarter. Finally, I'd like to leave you with some ways you can get involved in your child's IB education. Here are just a few ideas. First, children get a kick out of interviewing people they know, especially friends and family. Let me know about your hobbies or careers. I might be able to use you as another valuable resource during one of our units of inquiry. Next, ask your child about the theme, central idea, and concepts into which they're inquiring. Show interest in their units of inquiry and plan activities around them whenever you can. Next, encourage your child to find answers to their questions rather than just telling them the answer. Conducting research online, in a newspaper, educational TV, at home experiments will not only reinforce the skills being developed at school, but also show children that school skills are really world skills. Finally, ask your child about the IB learner profile attributes. Point them out in other people, in yourself, in your child's actions and speech. A list of the attributes can be found on our class website. Thank you for taking time to view this presentation, and thank you for sharing your child with me every day. Please let me know if you have any questions. You can make contact or email me. Thank you.